Alrighty, welcome back. We are on episode number 89 of Divinity Original Sin Part 1, the Enhanced Edition. So last episode we found this room that has the Elemental Forge. I don't know what that does yet. Leandra was here with 4 of her Immaculates. They were all at this altar with the Bloodstone. After our discussion, she took the Bloodstone, poured it away, left us with 4 demons in the place of the Immaculates, and we had to destroy the demons. So all these imps were used to fuel the Bloodstone. Then we spoke to Jahan. He had something to say about that. But as I was doing that, I noticed that the Bloodstone is targetable. You can click on it. So I want to see something. I think there might be a way that you can get the Starstone. I mean, you can get the Bloodstone and actually use the damn thing, like you would any other stone.
Frost King, I suppose we can't be surprised.
Alright, so what I'm going to do here is, since she has the rot, I'm going to try to get Scarlet to get this stone. So first thing I'm going to do is get a walk in shadows here. I'm going to use the teleporters.
This bloodstone has an ingress between fates, our link to the next stage of being.
Okay. So if I put a teleporter here.
The last of them. The stone will suffice. I believe we've done it. Yes, its power is incomparable.
Put the teleporter down here. Put Roderick up here, in front of that.
I suppose we can't be surprised, can we?
Okay.
Madness
Save this. So what I'll do is I'll hit Walk in Shadows.
May he consume this entire dimension in his foolish delusions.
So I'm gonna hit the teleporter the second I pick this thing up.
Soon enough, my Immaculates. Your conduit will raise you to divine heights. Source Hunter. I had so hoped to avoid meeting you here. But perhaps we were bound to face one another. Your kind have long interfered with mine, after all.
Okay, so Roderick's in conversation. The Bloodstone's on the ground. So I can pick it up. It's in my inventory. I can't use it, but if I double click on it.
Bloodstone, as powerful as it is sinister.
I feel better already.
So we got the XP, it cured the rot, we got the rift travel, and an insert stone.
Another piece of trash.
We actually did it. I mean, didn't think that was going to be possible. But I wonder what happens now. Does that like break the entire game? I don't know for sure, so we're gonna do this. Stick her back in the group here. Go ahead and set them over here, ready.
Dance and dugongs, you nearly startled me out of my boots. Well, you've got my attention, comrade.
Right in my way, okay. So I got stunned. How did I get stunned? Interesting. Okay, anyway. So let's go through this and see what happens now.
You must think me quite the villain, mustn't you? The things you've seen. Without the proper context, I can imagine it's all quite shocking. Horrific, even. And I suppose you must have pictured me, some bloodthirsty madwoman, intent on what, I wonder? Power? Gold? Chaos for its own wild sake? The truth is rather less simple than the imagination would conceive. Surely, the sight of a bit of blood doesn't turn your stomach, Source Hunter. No, I imagine you've become more than accustomed to such things. If only my dear Immaculates took the same approach to our great work, but it seems all too often that only the most vicious of them rise up to the required tasks. All the same, these deaths were necessary. Soon enough, the pain they suffered, and pain you have suffered, Source Hunter, will be washed away, cleansed. This is my promise to all of Rivellon. Death. I've nearly forgotten the meaning of the word, what it means to most. But I am no monster, Source Hunter. Like you, I have seen the living snatched so senselessly from this world, and I have mourned. But I have also discovered that weeping was senseless. Like infants, we squall, clinging to a day that is not ours to keep. Now that I know the truth, I am free. What you see as slaughter is in fact a dispassionate process. I take no more pleasure in this so-called destruction than a wave takes in the flood. What I do must be. I wish you could understand. You know as well as I the enlightening capacity of these stones, Source Hunter. I've heard tell that you've been zapping the life from precious star stones, and that you are bolstered by the power within them. Your experiences are unique in all of Rivellon's history, but you are hardly the only player in this story. As Starstone enlightens you, its child, Bloodstone, enlightens something of my own creation. Barbarism. Quite a chauvinistic term to apply to something one hardly comprehends, isn't it? But I will concede, the power I intend to bring to bear upon Rivellon is no more divine than your boot. We are free agents, Source Hunter, all of us, and we owe no higher power our blood or our flesh. I have posed as a priest in service of a truth greater than any goddess could hope to be. So you have seen it? Yes, it's as I thought. You and I have more in common than you think. You know as well as I that the void is coming. In fact, if I'm very precise, it's already here. But you needn't be afraid. The void is ourselves. We are destined to rejoin it. Tut-tut, Source Hunter. You and I both know I could hardly trust you with such information. Though if you continue stomping around in my wake, you're sure to understand soon enough. And here I believed I was starting to reach you. My foolish optimism bears yet another disappointment. But I do believe we agree on one particular point, Source Hunter. This does indeed end now. Enlightened ones, your conduit calls you to your ultimate purpose. Heed the void's call. Offer your souls to the demons that beckon you. Charming of Astarte to send her scouts upon me, but no matter. The Bloodstone is mine, and the witch cannot be saved.
So it worked. I can't believe it worked. But we get a free Starstone out of that, I guess. Okay. Although now we're a little bit further away from the battle that we want to be in, but okay. I think it might be wise now to bring up my Undead Decapitator up here. You can play with him. Get closer. Jahan. Can I am close enough. Okay, I can do that. Okay, we can hang out there.
The spirits of winter smile with me.
Alright. I can switch over to that. And why not go ahead and get Nick in there to that. out pretty good. Alright. Taunt failed, huh?
Would you care to hear a little tale?
Okay. This Dark Adventure permanent. The more dead allies, the stronger you become.
As thrilling as the stage, though not half so bloody.
Looks like one, but stings like thousands! Death is its own deliverance!
Death is its own deliverance.
Pathetic!
Pathetic. I was able to hit it.
What do you think, Source Hunter? Shall I start shredding from the top or the bottom?
So, why didn't the... Oh, did it come up this way? I'll save this. It seems to have done something different this time.
Another starstone, another piece of ourselves, perverted towards Leandra's will.
Okay, I forgot which way I was supposed to go on this. He wanted materialistic.
These stones may be valuable to us, but they are not us ourselves. Leandra cannot stop us from hunting her down.
Who knows what untold terror her bloody work might be wreaking on our memories? The more bloodstones she makes, the farther we are from undoing what she's done.
Okay, so that's right. That worked.
It has been conclusively proven, Source Hunter. The Immaculates are nothing more than vile servants of demons. They must perish to a man. We must show no mercy. Be they any exponent of human nature, man or woman, fair or foul, sweet or savage, they must all be put to the sword without exception. Blood begets blood. Demons beget death. It displeases me greatly that you do not seem to steer the same course. A course plotted in blood that cleaves through a scarlet sea. Mercy misguides at least one of you hunters. For what happens to the clement predator? It starves. No, better to steer my straightforward course. The course of the sword aimed at the heart of all that is demon-aligned.
Okay. So... yeah, we got it. Interesting. Very interesting. I really didn't expect that to happen. Shadowy essences. I guess we just got one shadowy essence. This fire arrowhead, if we combine that with mug of water, no, bottle of water, we get a steam cloud arrowhead. Okay. Shadowy essence. If we combine that with try an empty canister. Sovereign's Orb. Cup. Okay, I don't have any grenades, do I? No, I don't have any grenades. Let's see one at least. Okay. Alright, maybe another time. So while we're at it, we can take the fuse and bottle those oil bottle. There we go. To Roderick. Can't get any damn rings for the life of me. Any good rings, at least. Force field bypass spell. Warm as human flesh, this parchment seems imbued with benevolent power. Save this. Alright, so back to where we were, but now we are up a bloodstone and some XP. What's this do? Combine items to discover recipes. Elemental Forge. Okay. What if I put that fiery heart? Where's that thing at? Is that in there? No. So much for that. Put a gem in there? Fire element. Shadows. Alright, well, without knowing what that's about, I have no idea. Alright, the Imps of Heimerheim were sacrificed to create a giant bloodstone. A crime of enormous proportions. Even more worrying is to imagine to what dark end that bloodstone will now be turned. Well, not technically, because it was turned to a good end. We met Leandra in Heimerheim. She told us the bloodstone will help her bring about the advent of the void. Our presence rattled her enough to summon demons to face us while she hastily escaped with the bloodstone. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and exit this way. I'm gonna go to the end of the time next, but I want to exit this just in case there's like something special that happens when you walk out the front door. I'm surprised they didn't think about someone doing that. I mean, they shouldn't let you get that bloodstone. Obviously, it was supposed to be used for another purpose.
I'm freezing here.
Let's go talk to the imp. Let him know what's going on at least, and then we can go up to the end of time. See if he has anything to say about it. Assuming the imp's still here. There he is. He definitely should have something to say about it, you would think.
Damn these elemental fiends! How did we imps ever offend fire or earth? If there is anything I can do to help you slay all Immaculates, pray state it.
Aha.
It is located in the Fire Temple, where my poor brethren were massacred, and the very place where we imps created many of the traps that litter this realm. Perhaps you met with some of our handiwork, the rats and the roosters, inventive creations. Wouldn't you agree?
That's not new. What about... Try this again?
I thought it was naught but a pretty jewel, said to have fallen from the sky. But when they poured blood over it, the stone seemed to soak it up with a greedy thirst indeed. It's like it became alive. It teemed with energy, like looking into the eye of a dragon. She smiled her wicked smile, the leader of the Immaculates. That woman is truly evil. She delights in slaughter and rivers of blood.
Alright. He should have something different to say.
There you both are. Marvelous. Your efforts have borne even more fruit. A new piece of the tapestry has been mended. The weaver's been hard at work with the thread Starstone has borne her, and a whole portion of history has been rewoven. Rejoice, my friends, rejoice! For now we witness a tale from the eons torn from time, but now, thanks to you, restored.
After the war was won, the Void Dragon remained a great threat to all existence. And so, upon the anvil of creation, the God Box was crafted. The Void was locked within, but still the question remained: who would guard the box? The two generals offered themselves. They would give up life and glory to stand sentinel. Transformed into immortal beings, they would be the Void's eternal guardians. They placed the box and the guardians in the first garden, home of Astarte and of the world's most beautiful power, Source. For time immemorial, the Guardians stood by the God Box, no longer human in body or in mind, but duty personified.
Alright, so the journals we're reading throughout the rooms are stating this area or time after the war, it seems, where one wants to continue fighting, the other one wants to be out of the spotlight. The one that wants to be out of the spotlight goes away, leaving the one that wants to be in power of everything and became tyrannical. But after beating the Void, they became guardians? There's like a disconnect on when things happened. Anyway. The Source Hunter's Journey. Another Starstone, another mystery revealed. We learned that the generals sacrificed their mortal lives in order to become the guardians of the God Box that caged the Void. They and the box were placed in the garden of Astarte, goddess of the once pure magic source. Once pure magic. Alright, the missing threads. Another Starstone, another mystery revealed. We learned that the generals sacrificed their mortal lives in order to become the guardians of the God Box that caged the Void. They and the box were placed in the garden of Astarte, goddess of the once pure magic source. Okay. I don't know why I did that. Oh, wait, what happened? We lost the ability for the conversation. Son of a fucking bitch. You son of a fucking bitch. You just cannot fucking make it up.
Look at you, dead in the snow. Alas, poor imp.
Should never fucking happen.
I could do...
There you both are. Marvelous. Your efforts have borne even more fruit. A new piece of the tapestry has been mended. The weaver's been hard at work with the thread Starstone has borne her, and a whole portion of history has been rewoven. Rejoice, my friends, rejoice! For now we witness a tale from the eons torn from time, but now, thanks to you, restored.
After the war was won, the Void Dragon remained a great threat to all existence. And so, upon the anvil of creation, the God Box was crafted. The Void was locked within, but still the question remained: who would guard the box? The two generals offered themselves. They would give up life and glory to stand sentinel. Transformed into immortal beings, they would be the Void's eternal guardians. They placed the box and the guardians in the first garden, home of Astarte and of the world's most beautiful power, Source. For time immemorial, the Guardians stood by the God Box, no longer human in body or in mind, but duty personified.
So he runs off. They have the fucking exclamation points over their goddamn head. That activates.
So that is who we were! Demigod Guardians of the God Box!
That is not who we were. That is who they were. The ones that hijacked our souls.
We weren't hijacked. We were chosen. Indeed, we were beings of supreme importance once. Who's to say we cannot be again?
Okay, so that's a choice. And what do we get? Scarlet Bold. Roderick Cautious. Alright, Cautious is correct for him, and Bold is correct for her. Alright, well, that works. That's nice. Alright, so it mentioned the first garden. Let's see if he stays up there. If I recall correctly, the party animals... No, the party animals went to the Forbidden Zone. So this is the first garden here. Yeah, so that's where they were. So Astarte was in there. Alright, so back to this. The missing threads. Another starstone, another mystery revealed. We learned that generals sacrificed their mortal lives in order to become the guardians of the God Box that caged the void. They and the box were placed in the garden of Astarte, goddess of the once pure magic source. Once pure magic. Okay, and that's the same entry for that. Okay.
I salute you, my master. Other elementals lie in wait until with a word you command them to action. Which one of them, pray, has your preference?
Okay, so what I need here
I have seen the void, and it haunts me. Follows my vision like confused spots after staring in the sun.
We are haunted by the same vision, my friend. The end of all visions. But only in the dark can light be born. Let us cling to that and hope.
There should be no reason why you hear Arhu's conversation all the way the fuck over here in another goddamn menu. Stupid programming. Alright. What was I gonna say? We need Master...
Tell me, O Weaver, if you know all that is past
Master...
and present, does that mean you know
Marksman skills. I wonder if this would have it.
Alas, no. I can predict.
And that is your final choice?
Yes, it is.
Yes, indeed. That is our final choice.
Thy will be done.
I wonder who awaits you in the next chamber. I wonder what they'll say.
Alright, let's see if this has the spells we want.
Rocks and forest. This is a plane worthy of an earth elemental, all right?
A kernel of serenity amid endless chaos.
You say you will serve them. You say they have your loyalty still, despite their utter failure. Foolish creature. Chain your fate to theirs, and you are chaining it to certain downfall. Always am I the trickster, always am I the malefactor. Yet all I do is speak the truth. If you know all that is past and present, does that mean you know the future as well? Which one of them, pray, has your preference?
I
They failed before, and they will fail again. The void, I can see it approaching in their eyes.
I wonder why that line wasn't spoken.
The spirit of Father Nature came to me in a dream last night, and he told me to welcome you. Can't you tell? I'm the universe. You're the universe. We're all the universe. It's a beautiful thing, to be sure. I noticed you were bringing this place in close contact with the spirit of nature, and I thought to myself, that's where I belong. Thanks for putting me up.
Man.
With utmost pleasure, my friend. The Earth's knowledge is meant to be shared.
So it's witchcraft. Witchcraft and Earth. That is not what we want.
May the Earth's vibrations rock you gently.
Okay, we don't want that. Okay, so let us try ice.
And that is your final choice?
Yes, it is.
Yes, indeed. That is our final choice.
Thy will be done.
I wonder who awaits you in the next chamber. I wonder what they'll say.
Oh, it's so cold in here, it hurts!
I think my very words may freeze and fall to the ground.
You say you will serve them. You say they have your loyalty still, despite their utter failure. Foolish creature. Chain your fate to theirs, and you are chaining it to certain downfall.
That remains to be seen. I do believe they will remember. I do believe I will serve them again despite your tricks.
Always am I the trickster. Always am I the malefactor. Yet all I do is speak the truth. They failed before, and they will fail again. The void, I can see it approaching in their eyes.
Okay. Alright, well if this is it, we need bartering.
By the hoary beard of Boreas, can it be? You've come home. It's about time, isn't it? Your quarters have been invaded by all manner of madness. Does my brilliant frost beguile you? I am ice, of course. A soldier of ice, to be explicit, and this is where I have dwelt across many eons. Here I wait for the day, if ever, I am called to serve the realm again. Could I be more explicit? This place is of your essence. Can't you feel it in your very bones, as I do in every crystal of frost within me? You belong here, and this place belongs to you. I cannot tell you why or how, but I know it to be true. Of course, alongside my opposite, the eternal fire, we were summoned in service of a goal greater than the timeless battle between heat and cold. Yes, together we sought victory against the void. You can thank our great army for all of this, you know, for existence itself. Those were times of great proportions, the forces of nothingness pitted against those of life, and naught but ourselves marching to the beat set by our great leaders could stop the void's encroachment.
Good Lord, they screwed up the sound on that.
Your home, your rules, naturally. What would you like to know?
Alright, so that's what we wanted. Okay, so Stardet here definitely had a lot more to say than the Earth guy. And her lines were all spoken correctly. And that one there, that last line was just like 10 times louder than it had to be. Alright, so we did get a master. Okay, so let's see what we want to get here. Shrapnel scatter, expert marksman. Target a corpse or a container and make it explode. The flying debris will damage characters around it. Blow up your targets. That hardly seems worth being even a fucking novice spell, let alone a master spell. That seems horrible. And she's got 2 of them. Rain of arrows. Let a shower of piercing arrows rain down on your enemy. Deal 144 to 285 piercing damage to each enemy. Requires 15. Level 15. What level are we? We're not 15. We're not even 14 yet. Okay. Can't even use that yet. Arrow spray. Fire 16 arrows in a 45-degree arc. Each arrow deals 24 to 48 piercing damage. Level 12. And that's a master. Well, I can use that one. So the question then is, how many and when? Alright, so she's going to get her expert marksman to 5. So she's going to be able to use 2 masters, so it's going to be the rain of arrows and arrow spray, because this one sucked. This one we can use now, though. Okay, so we'll go ahead and pick that. Oh, it's 3,000. Holy crap. 1,000. Okay. Alright, that's 2 of them. Alright, so we'll do that. Sort by weight. Alright, so she also has Hydrosophist. Hail attack. 20 ice shards rain down from the sky, each doing 80 to 84 water damage to entities within 17-meter range from impact. 100% chance to set frozen status. Holy shit. That requires level 15. Mass disease spellbook. Disease all enemies within an area. I'm not really impressed with disease at all, really. So that seems like a terrible master. Mass healing. Heal all within 7 turns. Heal all within an area for 7 turns. 100% chance to heal 84 vitality. So it's a single target heal. Group heal. Does not seem all that great. Winter Blast. Freeze and deal 142 to 158 water damage to all targets in a 60-degree cone that's 9 meters long. I'm not really a big fan of the conal attacks either. So that just doesn't seem great. Man, that sucks. Hail attack really looks like the only one that's worth having. Anyway. Pick this up. Get this.
Off to explore your abode, are you? Very good. I'm sure there's something around here that will jog your memory.
Okay, let's take a look around. Hand this over to her. She can... Oh, okay, we have arrow spray. Alright, arrow spray. That's gotta go on the front page. What are we gonna get rid of? Okay, we'll have to move him, move our undead decapitator out of the way. Okay, go and get our arrow spray set up. Let's set our undead decapitator over here with you guys. Stick those together. That's together. Alright, that works. I guess I should put my summons next to each other. There we go. Okay. Let's see what's in this area.
By the hoary beard of Boreas, can it be? You've come home. It's about time, isn't it? Your quarters have been invaded by all manner of madness. Off to explore your abode, are you? Very good. I'm sure there's something around here that will jog your memory.
Right. Legend letter. My friend and ally, your departure has been received with great dismay, but I understand you, and I see in your absence an opportunity. To rule is to rule alone. Let not my power be divided, for power cannot be shared. Let that be our legacy. Let that be hers. You know what? I shall marry, yes, to whom I care not. If the union brings lands and gold and influence to my dominions, I shall be happy. The world will never have seen a sovereign such as I, and never will again. You will hear me, you will hear more from me, my friend. You will hear more from me through the legends that will be told. Alright. The general went ahead with her plans and left her domains behind, saying another, she, was always better at ruling than her. Who this she is remains a mystery. That's it, huh? Nothing else? Okay. Well, so much for that.
Good to see you on the shelter plane. A home away from home, is it not? Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot! Are you now? The White Witch of Lacula Forest, is it? Lovely woman, Ikara. Can't imagine her getting caught up in affairs of the Source, though, let alone murder. But if she has, I fear she may be in grave danger indeed. Do look for her in the Lacula woods, won't you? It would be such a shame if something untoward were to happen to her. It shall be my pleasure. How very right you are. These thoughts have been bubbling in my mind like so much drink in a still, but I believe they've finally transformed into something quite potable. From what I can gather, the following stands to reason. The generals were put in charge of the God Box, but they must have faltered. The void must have escaped, or how could it loom upon us once more? Perhaps that faltering could explain why their souls were loosed, and and why those souls now reside so contentedly within you. Most certainly. Got it in one. Wonderful place, isn't it? I find that a dollop of cold helps to concentrate when I'm writing my histories. Perhaps it will inspire you too. Much can be learned from elementals. Their forces are primal and ancient. Wield them, and you wield the very cause of nature.
How might I serve our mission? Threads I weave and tales I see, all will I tell. The son of Frost, how mighty he was, a giant that lived for war. He and the aspect of fire, what enemies they used to be. But you sealed their allegiance and their friendship so that together, you could overcome. Overcome the dark that was spreading.
Sounded like this was a daughter of Frost, not a he. That's weird.
Leandra. She desires to be Mother of the Void, but you have the power to undo her born-in-blood litter. Though they be baptized in blood, you can cleanse the Starstones still, and use them to thwart their grim queen. But of course, what part would you like to see?
How can I help you, my friend? And what might those be? By all means.
Okay. Alright, let's go back to our friend here.
I give not you for lost. From this descent, celestial virtues rising will appear more glorious and more dread than from no fall.
Alright, let's go buy wheat. Alright, still not enough. Not enough. Alright. Hydra Sophist Adept spell. Cleansing water. Am I going to keep that? Yes. Okay. Okay. Cures blind, mute, disease, infected, bleeding, crippled, and decaying touch. Who do I want to put that on? Let's. Have I put that on him? Let's put this on Roderick. I have it on Roderick. Your Hydrosophist level doesn't allow you to learn adepts. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Cleansing water, alright. I'm gonna have to start taking stuff off the hotbars now. To rearrange stuff. Alright, that can stay off the hotbar. Those next to each other. Whirlwind can go here. Teleport. It's that. Okay. Okay.
I feel better already.
Another starstone, another room. We met an ice elemental who can aid us with our ice skills. Okay. Alright, so yeah, that was kind of unexpected. So we need to go back to Hyberheim. Castle entrance. Okay. So we'll set up here. Alright, we're gonna end this episode here. Next episode we'll use the spell and I believe we'll break the barrier. Alright, later guys.